I believe I have overcome everything I witnessed in the previous episode, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Whether or not Gintama will actually allow me a rest and not have to think about it is another question. But we should be moving on to the actual meat of it and whether or not Otae will be saved. Or more chinaware and dishes need to be harmed in the process. Let's get going. And because we actually needed a bit of a recap after, I think, the last episode completely forgot about this premise, reminding us that there's actually something worth fighting for at the minute. I would say poor Kondo, but he had the veracity to actually carry on with the sandpaper. And won the fight. There was a limit of what he's willing to go through. And defacing a photo of her isn't one of them. You kind of have to commend him for it. But you've got to remember that they also passed up on many alternatives that could have been done instead of grating of the anus. Can't actually remember, have we seen Shinpachi in a fight so far? I'm not sure. Can't remember that far back. Yeah. Well, 3 episodes ago. And now that the Shinsengumi's down for the count, we should see the one-eyed samurai actually get involved. And the grandfather, yes. But because there was a bathroom handy, so oh, he's got his own issues to deal with, doesn't he? Should they really be fighting amongst themselves then, if they got such trouble on the horizon? Um, I mean, weighing up your options. No, it's your imagination, old man. And so they're both going to be finished at the same time, and another fight is going to break out, like, between Kondo and the long-haired dude. Slightly more epic than I envisioned, but still. Well, he was wounded beforehand. And still not aiming for the target, which is the dish. Hopefully none of the swords dispense soy sauce. Unlike the one that the mechanic keeps trying to put in. You can say the same about a lot of things in Gintama. What the hell is the point? Pretty spry for an old guy. It's like Yoda. Yeah, that's just his face. There are people having their own personal battles all over the place. Well done. Being a bit assertive. Who's... Oh, I thought someone was going to be in the room. No, they use it to hide. Okay. Having to take 4 steps for a single stride that Gintoki does. Using that to... Yep. Put himself out. Yeah, it's not only Shinpachi that she has to convince, though, is it? So she puts on a front constantly. Don't raise your voice, you are still hiding, remember? He made it outside the bathroom at least, crawling along. You don't have to suffer everything alone. Slap. A good response, sure, but also Is it rare for Shinpachi to use that kind of language? I assume so. Or if he had managed to win, I think that would kind of completely disregard how wary of this character we have to be. Oh, so they lost their eye when they were young. I just assumed it was during like training or something. But no, she feels guilt over it, I assume. Is that how the rules work? Are you not going to put the glasses back on as well? Shock! It's not like I mentioned that a long time ago. It's also not like it's particularly hidden. Roundabout way of mentioning anatomy, but sure. You're an idiot. I still don't see how Otae has to change who she is because of it. Kentucky himself has a age might do that to a man. Wait, what? I have more questions that I don't want answered. How much of her current preferences were based on upbringing instead of purely, you know, in built? Is that the word? Being forced to be brought up as a boy probably left some influences. And that is one way to make sure they have lasting damage. At the very least, at least some confusion. Why the like bully annoying kids always have the same voice? Well, it looks like being a man isn't what matters there, is it? Bloody idiots. It's a cool looking statue. Gintama really needs to stop with the fascination on testicles. How much some simple words can have an effect. We've already seen the resolution to this story. So there's been other stories of people being sold off, or off world at least. So, victory? And is that the injury? So, because she was fighting on Otae's behalf and lost the eye. Why did Shinpachi look so intense in that moment? Sure, but there has to be a better resolution than holding someone against their will, kind of, in a way. Because it would just, if it all goes as they want, lead to Otae despising this Cube over the years for separating them all. Is she bearing a burden this time? The they joined up that like that. That's kind of cool. Don't hit each other. Well, you're better. Yes, send the goons at them. Has he healed? Actually, his name, not Gorilla or something. Well done. Her new name is China. Cool. I mean, she doesn't really have any change of clothes, so she has been wearing that dress for a while. they seem to have improved their speed to quite some amount, haven't they? The fact that they're having this dialogue while jumping all around is kind of impressive. What, are you trying to pin that on him? Gin really does have quite a sturdiness to him, doesn't he? Yep, don't try to force your ideals on other people. Don't breathe out loud. Well, you dropped your sword. I didn't see his bowl break. I wonder. Oh, yes, Shinpachi was definitely down and out, wasn't he? His glasses. I did mention them, didn't I? That which you fight for. Both metaphorically and, in this case, literally. Getting quite serious. I'm surprised, almost surprised, that Otae herself hasn't stepped in to do anything. But, she's feeling quite... ambivalent is the wrong word for this situation, but she doesn't want to be there, but she has a feeling of duty that she must because of, as we were shown. And I don't know why I just had a thought in my head. So if this ending and everyone is without, they're topless essentially, aren't they? What about Elizabeth? And then I immediately regretted that brief thought process. I think I'll be regretting that even on my deathbed. And how many more stories are we going to get where Hasegawa gets, life shitting on him? Do your best, Shinpachi. I actually like that sentence. Surprising, it's from Gintama as well. Oh, I forgot about bubbles. If there's one thing we always have to remember, it's not to forget about bubbles. Oh, and also because of what's been going on in the real world in the past few months, never forget toilet paper. I'm sure some people have already learned that message quite a lot. Also, I feel like this fair fight might have been disrupted slightly, since let's give them a hell of a lot of goons to fight as well, instead of this semi-honourable battle we were having between dojos. But I know you're eagerly anticipating another episode, and I don't want to let you down, so whether you're ready for it or not, it's coming. And also, before you go, if you gained anything from this episode, let me know down below. And also, if you feel like it, leave a like on the video. And there may be a fair few, more 100 episodes of Gintama left, so if you want to make sure you don't miss any, subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on notifications, because then you'll be up to date on every new release. But obviously, first we have to get there. So, take a break, get a fresh drink, maybe even a snack or two. But make sure I see you there. If you want to be the sandpaper to my bruised and reddened anus that is my channel, I guess head on over to my Patreon. And if you can't get that image out of your head, you're welcome. But to Flordotaku, Sal, Raywin, Aegis TR, Dynamite 1997, Louis Almanza, Aisha M, Danny Chui, Daniel Jorgensen, ASD, Shiwan, and everyone else, thank you.